stuck.
Welcome to Mr. Tech, the ultimate adrenaline rush in your veins. Experience heart-pounding high-speed chases, dashcam footage capturing brutal takedowns, and perilous twists that will leave you breathless. Start now. On July 3rd, 2023 in St. Augustine, a routine police shift unexpectedly escalated into a high-speed chase. It all began with a simple traffic stop, but the suspect brazenly ignored the order and sped away. What followed was a tense pursuit through crowded streets, forcing law enforcement to take immediate action to ensure public safety. The chase quickly turned into a tactical test for the police. The suspect weaved through lanes without hesitation, disregarding all traffic rules and creating a series of life-threatening situations. This reckless behavior not only endangered the lives of innocent civilians, but also posed a significant risk of severe damage, from potential collisions to unforeseeable consequences in the crowded summer streets. With intense focus and expert handling, the police coordinated closely, even preparing to deploy the K-9 unit if necessary, determined to stop the threat before it was too late. Another driver, who had been traveling alongside the suspect, immediately called the police in fear, reporting, "The criminal is driving recklessly, weaving through traffic, endangering both the public and law enforcement." He then sped onto a heavily congested highway with the police in pursuit. The risk of him escaping is far too great. Everything reached its climax when the suspect veered onto the grass in an attempt to overtake a vehicle but lost control and crashed into another, causing a serious accident amid the chaotic scene. The collision was a clear testament to the danger he posed, directly threatening public safety. Despite the crash, the suspect attempted to flee on foot, but the police responded swiftly. With outstanding tactical skills and support from the K-9 unit, they quickly subdued and apprehended the fleeing suspect at the scene, preventing any further risks. My heart raced a little, given the traffic and the speed at which he was weaving through. I bet the officer's eyes widened when he nearly clipped the rear of that yellow Camaro. Thank God that idiot crashed into an unoccupied trailer. He could only run with one hand because he had to hold up his pants. In jail, that won't be a concern for him. The final suspect was escorted to the station, facing multiple charges: reckless driving, resisting police orders, and endangering public safety. The professionalism and swift response of law enforcement not only neutralized the threat, but also delivered a firm message: those who disregard the law will face severe consequences. On March 29, 2024, on the I-95 highway in Miami, a Florida Highway Patrol FHP officer spotted a silver BMW speeding northbound at a dangerous pace. The driver maneuvered recklessly between lanes, disregarding police signals to pull over. Recognizing the severity of the situation, the officer immediately initiated a pursuit, determined to neutralize the threat on the road. The high-speed chase quickly extended from Miami into Broward County. Additional FHP units were urgently deployed, working in close coordination to provide support. The BMW continued to accelerate, reaching speeds of over 94 miles per hour, weaving through heavy highway traffic. The suspect's reckless actions not only disrupted traffic, but also significantly increased the risk of serious collisions, especially during the Easter holiday, a time when many families, including young children, are traveling. The danger stemmed not only from excessive speed, but also from a blatant disregard for the law and a refusal to cooperate, further escalating the situation. It was as if she genuinely had no awareness of the danger or illegality of her actions. Her driver's license should be permanently revoked to serve as a lifelong lesson. The climax of the chase unfolded as the suspect sped through the Hollywood area, recklessly navigating I-95 exits at breakneck speed. FHP officers, demonstrating exceptional tactical skills, maintained a safe distance while keeping the suspect in sight. A K-9 unit stood ready to assist if the suspect attempted to flee on foot. Ultimately, the BMW lost control after its airbags deployed due to a collision, forcing the suspect to stop. Upon arrest, the driver admitted they were simply trying to get home quickly for Easter and had fled out of fear of trouble. However, the police chose the worst possible moment to intercept the BMW. Not only did they pull the suspect out, but they also caused damage to other uninvolved vehicles. They had multiple opportunities to stop the car earlier, within the concrete barriers.
okay? Okay, they're up.
Ultimately, the driver was escorted away, facing inevitable legal consequences. No immediate arrest was made, but her identification was confiscated for further investigation. The lesson is clear. Speed is not an escape, but a path to greater trouble. One wrong decision can cost freedom, or even life itself.
It went like 70 on the shoulder, and then I was like, what the fuck, bro?
On the morning of August 11th, at approximately 8:30 a.m., Officer Elder received an emergency call from Northeast Ocala regarding a vehicle theft. The victim reported that they had left their blue Mazda unlocked with the keys inside while visiting a friend's house. Seizing the opportunity, 35-year-old Dale Shrewsbury quickly got into the car and drove away. Police immediately initiated a pursuit plan. By 9:20 a.m., Officer Theus and his team quickly located the Mazda near the 4900 block of East Silver Springs Boulevard. When signaled to pull over, Shrewsbury not only refused to comply but also accelerated in an attempt to flee, triggering a high-speed chase. His reckless driving posed a serious threat to public safety and caused significant damage. Multiple vehicles were forced off the road, and even an FWC patrol car was struck. Traffic in the areas he passed through was nearly paralyzed, leaving behind a scene of chaos. Frustrated drivers described him as a madman speeding as if no one else was on the road. The OPD was forced to call for backup, prompting Deputy K9 Esquivel and his K9 partner, Jet, to swiftly join the pursuit, prepared to deploy spike strips to stop the fleeing suspect. As a result, the vehicle suddenly lost control, preventing the suspect from maintaining command over it. The chase took a dramatic turn when Shrewsbury veered onto a dirt road near Southeast 73rd Street, leading into a dense forest. The narrow path prevented OPD patrol vehicles from continuing, forcing officers to pursue on foot.
Still going to the wood line, now we're going eastbound away from the wood line. We're getting ready to bail.
This caused a brief delay, costing them just seconds before losing sight of the suspect. Deputy K9 Esquivel later spotted the Mazda and resumed the pursuit. Despite being aggressively pursued, Shrewsbury remained defiant, driving through residential yards, smashing fences, and causing chaos.
Eastbound 3820, around out the 3000 block, get fitted, they like switching down gate. 29 floors, they're trying to fit again, unsuccessful. Pulling new yard, 3000 block. On the road. Alright, we need to go forward, go fast, go southbound, and come in your backyard. Turning south, I'm 36 battery. Behind the house is 5308. Correct. Alright, we are eastbound 52nd Street, pulling up to the P intersection.
The climax occurred near the 5,300 block of Southeast 41st Court, where the K-9 deputy executed a precise pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control. Shrewsbury abandoned the car and attempted to flee on foot, but had no chance against K-9 Jet. The police dog quickly took him down, bringing the pursuit to a swift and safe conclusion. After a gripping 21-minute chase, Shrewsbury was apprehended, treated for injuries inflicted by K-9 Jet, and subsequently booked into the county jail. He faces multiple charges, including auto theft, fleeing from law enforcement, 5 counts of hit and run, and driving with a suspended license, his 4th offense. The incident not only exposed the recklessness of the suspect, but also highlighted the outstanding coordination and determination of OPD, MSCO, and the K-9 unit. In the early hours of Sunday, January 8, 2023, in Mayflower, Arkansas, a tense situation unfolded when the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office spotted a vehicle driven by 53-year-old Michael Scotty Helton. At approximately 1 a.m., a traffic stop was initiated, but Helton refused to comply. Instead, he accelerated and fled, triggering a high-speed pursuit fraught with danger.
A67 Little Rock, up 1037, I'm primary.
5-10-4-67, I'm not far from here. Are y'all still headed east now?
Yeah, 10-4, we're east, right here passing it.
The chase escalated rapidly as Helton sped past the Conway city limits, weaving through the narrow roads of Faulkner County. The Faulkner County Sheriff's Office, in coordination with Conway Police, stayed hot on his trail, determined to stop him as quickly as possible despite the challenging terrain. He showed complete disregard for human life, recklessly defying the consequences of his actions as if taunting the police. The frigid winter conditions only heightened the danger, with icy roads posing a severe risk of loss of control and catastrophic damage. The threat lay not only in the high-speed pursuit, but also in the suspect's relentless and violent resistance.
We're still east on Oak Street, approaching I-40. Speed 100, no traffic.
Approaching Elfinger. Speed 100. Just decelerating.
Copy.
There's another shot. Carlo, still eastbound. Still eastbound. Speed 100.
Arkansas State Police swiftly took action, deploying professional tactics to stop Helton. Tire deflation devices were strategically placed on State Highway 89, puncturing the suspect's tires.
As I see you coming, I got spikes across the whole road. Get some room. Just past. We got one coming around us. Spike. Adam 11's trying to get around Joe.
Despite this, Helton continued his desperate attempt to escape, speeding toward the intersection with Interstate 40. There, he lost control of the vehicle, crashing violently into a concrete barrier, bringing the chase to an abrupt halt. In a tense standoff, Helton refused to surrender, drawing his firearm and directly confronting law enforcement, prepared to open fire. This forced 3 state troopers and a Mayflower police officer to return fire in self-defense. The high-speed pursuit reached its climax in a hail of gunfire piercing the night. Nearby residents were abruptly awakened by the gunshots, gripped with fear as they struggled to understand the intense confrontation between the suspect and police. Officers attempted to administer first aid to the suspect. Throughout the pursuit, the coordinated and decisive actions of the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office, Conway Police Department, and Arkansas State Police effectively neutralized the threat, demonstrating a strong sense of duty. The incident serves as a stark warning that defying the law leads only to inevitable consequences.
Coming out.
Adam 18 with the right.
Where's the gun?
We're good on that.
We're
Guns
all,
over there.
we're all 10-4, shotgun fire, suspects been hit,
Got gloves?
16, we're getting started, field phone.
Somebody already have gloves?
We got gloves.
On March 19th, 2021, a high-speed pursuit began when a young male driver sped northbound on Highway 33. The situation quickly escalated, prompting law enforcement units to take urgent action. Determined to stop the suspect, the patrol team issued a kill switch command through the communication system and requested traffic support from Districts 28 and 44 to secure the area. Recognizing the suspect's vehicle, a sheriff quickly approached, blocked the Nissan's path, and ordered Rich to stop, turn off the engine, and step out of the car. However, instead of complying, Rich suddenly reversed and then accelerated, charging directly toward the officer standing in the car's path. This forced the officer to immediately step aside to protect his life, as the risk of being hit was extremely high. In an effort to prevent crime, the Lake County Police Department's Street Crime Unit deployed the Star Chase device, a GPS-equipped dart fired with compressed air, accurately striking the rear of Rich's vehicle. Thanks to the signal from the device, the officers were able to track and pinpoint the location of the Nissan in the Birchwood Circle area.
2844 County, give me traffic. Turn it off! 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 He hit. Stop sticking the street.
Which way did he go?
Got it.
Mystics here.
Not get involved unless you're requested by home in the summer. We've been requested 44.
I just disengaged him.
It's deployed 7093 driver's side. Let's hang on to the paper tag. He is westbound on Waitman from Beecher.
When Rich abandoned the car and continued fleeing on foot, law enforcement quickly escalated their pursuit. With coordinated efforts, they closed in on him and apprehended the suspect after an intense chase both on foot and through the streets. The danger of the situation was not only in Rich's speed and recklessness, but also in the potential harm to people and property had he not been stopped in time. Akeem J. Rich was arrested on a series of serious charges, including assaulting law enforcement officers, fleeing and evading police, driving without a license, and committing aggravated assault against police officers. He was taken to Lake County Jail without bail. Rich's actions serve not only as a warning to those who disregard the law, but also reaffirm that any attempt to resist will be met with strict punishment, ensuring public safety and order. On November 5, 2023, he drove a Toyota Tundra with Virginia license plate 1028 Zulu Romeo Yankee 4083 ZY4, appearing in the terrified eyes of onlookers. Upon receiving the alert, law enforcement immediately mobilized, initiating a pursuit on eastbound of Fafttar 26 at mile marker 17. With unwavering determination, officers swiftly identified the target and took action.
Eastbound at the 17, it's going to be a gray Toyota Tundra, Virginia 1028 Zulu Romeo Yankee 4083 ZRY 4083. Just take it off on me.
Before you gotta be 10-0.
Hey, from 10-0.
295 4 units.
The Tundra sped through the I-26 at breakneck speed, forcing the police team to deploy all their tactical skills. The suspect was not only fast but also reckless, weaving through traffic on southbound Dodifeet 85, even driving against the flow, causing chaos on the road. Several cars narrowly avoided collisions, and panic spread among the public, a deadly threat in the heart of the city. The K-9 unit was called in, but the cramped urban terrain hindered the tracking dogs. A police vehicle was struck by the suspect, leaving one severely damaged, with debris scattered across Fort Prince Boulevard. "He's too reckless!" Witnesses exclaimed in shock. Every effort was focused on stopping the fugitive without endangering civilians.
Going back southbound on 85.
County, see if they got something close.
210
Traffic's light, I'm going 119.
What's your current direction of travel?
westbound. He's going the wrong way. I can pay him.
If you can safety 7, dude. What's your speed in traffic?
47, we just got back on the exit 68. I'm trying to fit.
Was it the suspect's skilled driving or the police's failure to seize the opportunity? The situation grew even more dire as the suspect sped through Bonnie Bray Lane, showing no signs of slowing down. The K9 unit tried to track the scent, but he was too fast, too clever. Every effort seemed in vain as the Tundra disappeared into the darkness.
1020. Speed is
Taking a ride on North Blackstock. He's going behind Bonnie plants.
on Orchard Park Boulevard. We lost sight of him. We lost sight of him. Affirmative. Looking at this business parking lot right now. I see fresh tracks. I think he took a turn right here in one of these parking lots. Lieutenant Cam's here on Orchard Park, 62. Does any unit have sight of that vehicle?
C-119 negative.
Former C-110 negative.
Although the suspect escaped from the police at the Bonnie Bray parking lot, the efforts of the law enforcement team are still commendable. They risked their lives working in close coordination across multiple units, from PIT maneuvers to the K9 team to protect the community from a reckless criminal. Just stay in this area for one more minute, the final command echoed, reflecting their unwavering determination not to give up.
C-119, I'm in the parking lot of Bonnie Plants.
Around midnight on March 19, 2025, a traffic collision occurred on the highway near Marlton, Burlington County. Jessica, 23, was driving when the accident took place. She stated that the vehicle in front of her suddenly slowed down without using a turn signal, forcing her to steer left to avoid a crash. However, both vehicles collided and veered off the road.
So, I just didn't see their blinker. I don't think they put on the blinker till last minute. I thought they were slowing down. My mom's calling me. I went to go around them, and they went to turn, and I went straight into them.
All right, so where were you coming from, ma'am?
I was coming down here. I was down there where the dotted line was on the left.
Okay.
And they were slowing down. They didn't put their blinker on.
Okay.
They were just stopped.
Okay.
So I
they
thought,
just stopped in the middle
yes,
of the road
so
right
I went
there?
to go around them, and then they put on their blinker last minute and went straight into them.
Okay.
Police quickly arrived at the scene to handle the situation. The police discovered the red car lying on its side while the young driver appeared flustered by the roadside. She admitted to having had a few drinks earlier, which made it impossible for the officers to overlook. They immediately asked her to perform a field sobriety test, standard procedure involving sharp reflex checks.
You understand? All right. Ready? 1, 2, you gotta stay in spot. 3, all the way to 9. Keep your left foot planted, turn around, and go 9 going back. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? All right, you can begin whenever you wish, all right? All right, you're doing good, all right? One more test, all right? This one's a little bit more challenging. That one's pretty easy, okay? It's going to be a one-leg stand test. Doesn't matter which leg you choose. It doesn't matter if it's right or left. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to use my right, but again, you can choose your left. It's not a big deal, all right? Put your foot down real quick, all right? I don't know if you can hear me with all the noise that's going on, all right? You got to count out loud.
Oh.
All right? So, you want me to explain it all to you again?
No, I can count out loud.
Go ahead.
Okay. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000.
Meanwhile, the victim's car, now in a ditch, posed a potential danger. The dry summer had left the ditch nearly empty, but the material damage was evident, not to mention the risk of fire or explosion from the leaking fuel. The K9 unit was deployed, with the trained dogs sniffing the area to ensure no other threats were overlooked. The woman's reckless behavior not only endangered herself, but also posed a threat to the safety of those around her.
Thank you. That's all right. All right. For right now, you are under arrest, okay?
I'm under arrest?
Yes, for driving under the influence, okay?
The girl was handcuffed with charges of driving under the influence, reckless driving, and careless driving. The brief chase occurred as she struggled, but the officers quickly brought the situation under control. Jessica's car was impounded for 12 hours in accordance with state law, and she was taken to the station to await her family.
189 subject been released.
I'm sorry.
182 will run the box, and 198 will physical.
At the police station, a breath alcohol test caught everyone off guard. Only 0.06%, below the legal threshold in many places. However, doubts remained. The officers requested a urine sample for a drug test, determined not to let any detail slip through the cracks. Meanwhile, her father arrived, having driven for an hour to take custody of his daughter. His eyes filled with both concern and disappointment as he witnessed the consequences of her thoughtlessness. The case concluded with a heavy price for youthful recklessness. The young woman faces the law, while the Evesham Police Department deserves commendation for their quick thinking and professionalism. From the K9 unit supporting the scene to the tactical skills of the officers, they prevented a situation that could have been much worse. This serves as a clear warning. A moment of loss of control behind the wheel can lead to unforeseeable consequences, not only for oneself, but for the community as well. Do you feel your heart pounding and adrenaline surging with every narrow escape? What keeps you on the edge of your seat in this high-stakes showdown? Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next thrilling chase. See you soon!